Two beats, two clubs. Ooh! Ooh! Two beats, two clubs. Ah! Ah! Two beats, two clubs. Ooh! Ah! Ooh! Ah!
Gonzalez Furniture is celebrating their 38th anniversary sale.
Now save $600 on a transitional style two-piece sectional living room set.
Now only $1,295.
And take advantage of 5 years no interest.
Plus free valley-wide delivery. Gonzalez Furniture, your discount furniture store.
Your child is family. Embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment, our students earn college credit, associate's degrees, licenses and certifications, and advanced diplomas. McAllen ISD. Here we are at United Mixed Pharmacy Field at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium, the showcase for McAllen ISD athletics since 1976. Tonight's game, a non-district action, the last non-district game as both teams tune up for district play. Los Fresnos Falcons against the McAllen Memorial Mustangs. And I'll be kicking it off in just a moment, and I'll bring in my colleague Mario Reyna. Mario, some of your thoughts on this game?
Well, we know for one thing for sure, Mark, is that both teams want to finish strong in non-district and get into district play on a positive momentum swing. Because next week, we do know Los Fresnos and San Benito, that's going to be a big clash right away. So that's what the coaches are looking for.
Yeah, we've got the Los Fresnos Falcons run through right there with the big claws and the eagle head up on it. And there you see the Falcons will be wearing their white pants with the gold jerseys here tonight. We've got the color guard out there on the field. We're about ready for the national anthem. Have our keys to the game coming up in just a moment. But first, our national anthem. The singer tonight is Memorial Senior Sarah Villarreal. And there we see our JROTC cadets.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Very well done. A splendid performance from Sarah Villarreal, who's a member of the chamber choir here in McAllen, and she's a senior for Mr. Omar Samaniego, the director over at McAllen Memorial. Well, Mario, how about your keys to tonight's game?
Well, today's real obvious under Bill Littleton, Mark, you know it's the running game. And when they run well, they play well. When they struggle running, then they have a problem. So that's one of the big keys to the game. And as always, special teams. Neither team cannot afford to not have a good day on special teams. And at the end of the day, a turnover here or there can make a big difference.
Yeah, we saw turnovers were crucial last week against as McAllen Memorial lost to San Benito in a game that on paper looked like it was pretty even, but the 3 turnovers on Memorial tilted that balance.
Made a big difference right away, and I know the score does not indicate the outcome of the game. It was real competitive, but those turnovers just messes everything up. And I know Coach Littleton talked to his team all week about taking care of the ball, and we'll see if that happens today.
All right, there we see the McAllen Memorial Mustangs, 2 wins and 1 loss on the season, getting ready to come out of their run-through. They're all excited. They played the big open up on the scoreboard, and so everyone's excited, ready to start tonight's contest.
I'm looking for the little kids. Mark, where are they?
Oh, yeah, the little Mustangs. They'll be coming out at halftime.
Oh, they don't come out at the beginning of the okay.
Yeah, Little Mustangs will be there at halftime, and there we see the Mustangs getting ready. Los Fresnos, they're 1-1, and looking to beat their second McAllen team in a row. They beat the McAllen Bulldogs last week. So McAllen Memorial looking to get a little revenge on the behalf of McAllen ISD, and here come the Mustangs.
I heard that horn. I only hear it when the Mustangs play, Mark.
There the Mustang fight song, and the Mustangs ready to rock tonight. The Mustangs will be receiving, and Los Fresnos will be kicking off as we see the Falcons coming out of their run through. By the way, we do want to welcome any viewers from the Los Fresnos community who are tuning into this game on McAllenisd.org. You're welcome, and hope you stay with us throughout this exciting contest.
And Mark, the Falcons won the toss and they decided to defer. So that's kind of interesting that they have no problems putting the Memorial offense and Campbell, Spates, and company on the field first.
Yeah, it shows some confidence in their defense because Memorial is a very powerful offensive team, and they can really set a tone with their running game if you let them get out of the docks first. So a little bit of a gamble there for Los Fresnos.
Especially if they do something with it. Then everybody's going to be asking, well, why did you kick it off? Why didn't you put your team on? And see what happens.
You can see the last name on the back of the jerseys of the Falcons. It's the same name. It says family. So obviously a universal theme there in the Los Fresnos program. And they'll be getting ready to kick off here under their second-year coach, Patrick Brown.
They also look like they have some items there for rewarding the kids on the helmet, or is that the helmet design on all of them?
Yeah, it might be like a wing or something like that as they produce a big play. As we take a look at Campbell Spates, who'll be back to receive this kickoff. And they're doing the kickoff duties is Adrian Torres, kicker for Los Fresnos. Torres is a junior. And we're just about to get underway here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium, and we're underway. There's the kickoff. This is going to be high, a little bit short, fielded at the 6-yard line, coming out past the 10, and then across the 20-yard line, breaks the tackle there, goes down at the 30, but the ball comes loose, and we'll have to see who has it.
Looks like
and
we have a fumble.
Yeah, and they're going to signal it's Los Fresnos' ball. So Ethan Bazan comes out with the football. The football comes loose, and right away, we have a turnover on the opening kickoff.
One of the keys to the game is Mark. Ethan did a good job of bringing it out to about the 30-something yard line. But the key to any turnover, Mark, as we're looking at the replay, the big deal about a turnover, Mark, is can you turn them into points? And we'll see what the Falcons can do with that first turnover of the game in less than 8 seconds.
Yeah, so it'll be actually the Falcons who start off with the first possession here, deep in Memorial territory at the 34-yard line. And so we'll give you the Los Fresnos starters here in just a moment for the offense, as their first play is a pass to Robert Ramirez. Catches this actually behind the line of scrimmage, and good defense there as they hit him for a loss back to about the 38-yard line.
Isiani Luistro making sure that he brought down the receiver right away.
So second down, Charles Chapa is the quarterback. He's a senior for Los Fresnos. Los Fresnos a huge offensive line. We'll get to that. Shotgun snap. They're going to hand this off to Albert Banuelos, who is the running back, and he picks up not very much. It's going to be third and long. Looks like he made it back to the line of scrimmage. So third and officially 15 for Los Fresnos here. So the Memorial defense has stepped up as we take a look at, we saw Jacob Bagstad, who missed last week's game against San Benito. He's back after 2 weeks at linebacker. Now this is Chapa. He's going to keep it himself. Up the middle, has room, breaks a tackle, first down, all the way to the 23-yard line, and now we have a late flag that comes in. So he picks up 15 yards exactly.
Great run by Chapa. The Mustangs had several opportunities, Mark, to make sure he didn't get enough yardage for a first down, but the poor tackling by the Mustangs.
Number 13 is a goal. First down.
Good run by Chapa to the right side. He's a shifty runner, and there's a face mask there.
So that becomes an 11-yard penalty up to the to the 11-yard line, 12-yard penalty as they hand it off, and this goes nowhere. Nice defense there by, it looks like 99 Franco Pazzo.
Opaso coming into this game with 29 total tackles, 23 solo tackles, and 6 assists. Give him number 30 right there, making sure that he had the tackle for a loss of 2 yards actually in that play.
So Los Fresnos, who picked up 15 yards on 3rd and 15, then a half the distance penalty, is threatening here as a rollout pass, and this is incomplete. Man was open as intended for, looked like number 5, Martin Delgado.
Good job by Charles Chapa on a simple rollout to the right. He threw the ball where it needed to be, right between the numbers, but it was not caught.
Clock stops at 10:02 to play in the first quarter, no score. Los Fresnos recovered a fumble on the opening kickoff. And it started at their own 34-yard line. Now have advanced to the 12, or the 14, but facing a 3rd down and 12. There's the starters. Charles Chapa, the quarterback, Banuelos, the lone running back, and then Ramirez, Valencia, Uribe, and Gonzalez are the receivers. I'll get you the line in just a moment here. 3rd down, 12. The quarterback wants to keep it again. Chapa, big hole up the middle, hit, and then goes down at around the 5-yard line. That's going to be short of the first down and be decision time here for Los Fresnos.
It will be a decision time here, Mark, as you take a look at the big offensive line.
Yeah, 3 of those, Silva, Barrera, and Gonzalez, weigh 290 pounds or better.
And they're going for it, Mark, on a 4th and 4.
And it looks like may have jumped offside. They throw a pass into the end zone,
Oh,
and that
what a
one-handed
grab.
catch. One-handed
Are
catch
you
by
kidding me?
Elian Gonzalez. I think
Wow.
he may have been out of bounds. There's no touchdown signal, and there was a flag right at the snap.
You know who made that catch famous? Somebody from New York, right, Mark?
Oh, yeah, the Odell Beckham style.
Offside on the defense, number 90. It's half the distance to the goal. We'll replay, 4th down.
So this should make it Mark, a 4th and 2, another play opportunity. I don't think they'll throw again. They've already had success on 2 quarterback kind of draw keepers. So maybe they'll go to that play again.
I saw the replay, a terrific catch by Gonzalez, but he was out of bounds. Nevertheless, they took the penalty and now face a 4th down and less than a yard. And Chapa again will keep it. Big hole to the left side, goes in for the touchdown untouched. A 3-yard run by Chapa, and Los Fresnos is on the board early. And now it'll be Adrian Torres out there to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold, kick is up and away, and it is good. So 9:24 to play in the first quarter. It's the Falcons on top of the Mustangs by a score of 7-0. We'll see in just a moment who will deliver this touchdown. This is on 4th down of about a yard and a half.
All about the fake.
Chapa with a good play.
One of the big advantages of having your child come to McAllen School District is they have a registered nurse at each and every campus. Our registered nurses are readily available for all our students, and our focus is on your child's success.
And we're back here at United Mixed Pharmacy Field. I'm Mark May with Mario Reyna, and their back to receive is Kalechi Wachuku, standing with Campbell Spates. Torres about to do the kickoff. And the kickoff is going to be down to the right side, fielded at about the 8-yard line. This is Kazan, and Kazan gets all the way out to the 24-yard line.
A good hard tackle by Christian Peña for the Falcons.
So Mustangs will have it first and 10 at their own 24 as we take a look at their starters. Sean Scugan, the junior quarterback, will be making his third straight start. Campbell Spates, sophomores in there at running back, the leading rusher in the district. And then Cruz, Larson, Bazan, and Sanchez rounding out the offensive backfield. So here they go, first and 10, 2 men in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to Bazan. And Bazan hit at the 30 and down to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of about 8 on the play. And
Good
Mustangs
job
will
on
have,
the right side of the line.
yeah,
Good
they'll
run
have
by
second and short.
Mariano Cruz.
And then we see the offensive line that did some good blocking right there. A team that's averaging 229 yards rushing a game, and mostly thanks to those guys, Davila, Garcia, Robles, Ramirez, and Paez. And there's the defensive line for Los Fresnos. We'll get to the rest of the Falcon starters in just a moment. One receiver split left, one right. As they hand off to Spates. Tries the middle, nothing there. Now trying to bounce outside and can't get anywhere as the defense strings that out well, and they get him for no gain.
And good hustles. Good hustle by the defense. As you take a look at the defensive line, Mark, for the Falcons.
Yeah, Matthew Ortiz has a fumble recovery and a sack this year for that team. Then they have Rivas, De La Garza, and Villarreal. And the linebackers, Gonzalez, Peña, and Oviedo. 2 seniors and a junior there. And then in the secondary, 2 juniors, 2 seniors, Cadego, Muniz, Quisada, and Sanchez. They're going to toss this left on 3rd down and 4. That Spates breaks off one tackle, spins away from another tackle. Now is off and gets the first down and more at the 40. Hit and goes down at about the 49-yard line. A gain of 17 yards on 3rd down and 4.
Isaiah Munoz on the stop, but what a nice run by Campbell Spates. This ball was supposed to go to the left side, and Campbell saw that he needed to put in a couple of moves, and he actually put in 2 spin moves. Right there's one, and there's a second spin move. And with his speed, Mark, anytime you get outside, it's danger time.
He got into that secondary. Under 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The ball spotted at the 46, actually. The handoff Spates again going to the right side and then forced out of bounds. Just barely crossed over into Los Fresnos territory on their side of the 50-yard line.
Roberto Garza in on a tackle, Mark, and with the last run by Trevor, the previous run was his 70th carry of the year, and he's probably now at 350 yards. And Mark, people think he's in a slump. He comes into this game averaging 112 yards per game. That is not bad for any running back.
Yeah, leading rusher in District 36A at this point. And Memorial's played some tough teams, including the Greyhounds and the East Wildcats. As here on 2nd down and 6.
What a dream for the defensive.
Unable to get anywhere.
For the defensive lineman there, Mark Luis Rivas. When do you have an opportunity to get Campbell Spates the way he did right there?
Yeah, Spates unable to get even to the line of scrimmage.
That's what you got to do, is get him before he really uses his legs and that wonderful speed, explosive speed that he has.
Luis Rivas on the tackle. So 3rd down now and 7 for the Mustangs. They're going to play action. And Scugan rolling out left, has room. He's going to run it. He's got the first down at the 40. Now hit and goes down at about the 30-yard line, maybe the 29 in Los Fresnos territory. Picks up 21 yards on 3rd down and 7.
And it looks like that play, Scugans has a choice to, if he finds a receiver downfield as he's rolling out, he can throw it, but boy, that field was wide open to the left side. And Campbell Spates doesn't get credit for that, Mark, but he is a decoy, and the defenses focus a lot on him, and that creates his big opening runs for quarterback Scugan.
Tackle by Armando Quisada. They got a wing left, that's Bazan in the wing. They'll hand this off to Spates going right side, and he's hit and picks up a couple to about the 26. Gain of 3.
So far, one of the keys to the game is this Mustang offense. Can they stay on the field for a while? Can they keep that running game going?
Yeah, this will be the 8th play of the drive coming up here. Drive that's already taken more than 3 minutes off the clock. As we look at that replay, we see some hard running there by Spates, brought down by 2 Falcon defenders. Scugan under center has an I backfield with Cruz and Spates. It'll be Spates going over left guard and crashes his way forward to about the 22, bring up 3rd down.
Number 53, Roy De La Garza on the tackle. A 3rd and 4 situation, Mark, where the ball is at the 23-yard line. Coach Bill Littleton is probably thinking we're in 4-down territory, so what they have 2 downs to try to get those 4 yards to continue with the drive.
The Mustangs are 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this drive. One receiver split wide right, that's Bazan, as they hand this off to Spates, and Spates some tough sledding. He gains maybe a yard, and he'll be short of the 1st down.
And pretty much on that play, Mark, the defensive line for the Falcons did not allow. That was number 32 on the carry, Emiliano Cruz.
So Mustangs facing 4th and 3 at the 22. 3 men in the backfield. They toss left. That's Wachuku trying to get outside. Dodges a tackler. Now hit by 2 more. Ball comes loose. And I think they're going to rule that Wachuku was down by contact, and he's short of the 1st down. This will be a turnover on downs, and Los Fresnos holds.
What a beautiful defensive stand, Mark. They gave yards, and you said the Mustangs have been on the field for about 4 minutes, but at the end of the day is making that stop.
Yeah, the drive took 4.5 minutes off the clock.
Beautiful open field tackle that prevented the 1st down by J.J. Sanchez. And the ball came out, Mark, but the officials ruled that he was already down on contact. It wouldn't have made a difference. Is this considered a turnover, Mark, or is it just considered a...
Yeah, well, they call it a turnover on downs, but
Okay.
they don't count it as a
real turnover as
yeah.
a stat.
So he goes 1st and 10 for Los Fresnos, moving right to left. They toss this to Banuelos, trying to get outside to the right. Hit by Chavez and a couple of other Mustangs, including Chris Latta, and held for a short gain.
Luis Chavez. He's as good as it gets in open field, Mark. He hits hard and is a very sure tackler.
And here they go on 2nd down and 7. They hand this off by Banuelos again. Up the middle, has another short gain. I'll bring up 3rd down.
Chuco came up from his safety position.
So picks up 3 yards. And be 3rd down at about 4. We'll put 3rd and 5 on the scoreboard. Mustangs have 4 down linemen. For Los Fresnos, 2 receivers split wide right and 2 split wide left. 1 man in the backfield, that's Banuelos, with Chapa in the gun. Chapa rolling out left, wants to throw, and he hits his man. Caught, 1st down, breaks a tackle, out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Good catch there by Eddie Uribe.
You know, the Falcons are doing well, Mark. How many 3rd downs have they had, and how many have they executed?
That makes them 3 for 3.
3 for 3. And Chapa, impressive. Throwing when he rolled out to his left, meaning that he's throwing against his throwing motion. Did an excellent job of getting a 1st down.
Make that 2 for 3. Actually, they had a 4th down where they're 1 for 1. So here's Chapa wanting to keep it this time and nowhere to go. And the Mustangs string that out beautifully. Good defense there. Bagstad, the linebacker, in there on the tackle.
I can assure you that Jacob Backstead did not play last week. I bet you the defense missed him. He came in here into this game. In only 2 games, Mark, he had 30 tackles, averaging 15 tackles per game.
So 2nd down and 15 now for the Falcons, who have a spread offense. Chapa wants to throw. Now he's going to be a quarterback draw. Up the middle, hit, and then goes down. The ball came loose and picked up by the Mustangs. Mustangs have the football. It looked like Nathan Sanchez, the linebacker, picked that up as the quarterback was hit and the ball popped loose.
Recovered by Memorial.
And Mark, I like to look at the replay because I think Jacob Backstead is the one that came up from his left linebacker position to cause that fumble. We were just talking about him. as Chapa went up the field. Help me out with, is that, yes, it's Backstad that made that tackle, Mark. So did they miss him? He created a turnover.
He's one of the leading tacklers on this team with 30 tackles coming in. He's on first down. Cruz gets the call and picks up about 4 yards.
So we know what the Fresnos Falcons did with their turnover, and we're going to find out what the Mustangs can do with their turnover. I want to change the rules, Mark, that if you get a turnover and you don't score points, it does not count as a turnover.
Okay, 2nd down and 6 for the Mustangs. 2:06 to play in the quarter as they pitch it to Spates going left, trying to get outside. And Los Fresnos strings that out well. A couple of defenders in there, Armando Quisada and J.J. Sanchez in there.
There's a penalty, Mark, and most of the times where the penalty's at, it could be an illegal block.
Personal foul.
Personal foul, face mask.
Number 11 on the defense. It'll be half the distance to the goal. First down.
And I don't know how the umpire there, Lubin Garcia, saw that call, but good eyes by Lubin. On a good run by Campbell Spates. And I thought it was going to be on Campbell Spates, but very obvious. Good job by Lubin Garcia. Good eyes. He saw all of that in between all those helmets and shoulder pads.
Yeah, so it becomes a first down for the Mustangs at the 13-yard line. It's a 13-yard penalty from the 26 to the 13. So a costly penalty there by the Falcons. The Mustangs come out with an unbalanced line to the right. You got to run it over the center, and this is Spates, who dives over the 10 to the 9-yard line, a pickup of 4.
And Mark, something about the football crew for today is that they might as well, as we look at Fort Sasser, Lubin Rene Garcia Jr., Eusebio Alvarado, Dennis Cantu, and Gabriel Garza, this crew should stay overnight in the locker room because they're going to call the game tomorrow, also on this field.
Yeah, they'll call the Mackay game. Mackay playing Victoria East on Friday. Last minute of the first quarter, 2nd down and 6. Toss to Spates. Tries inside, now trying outside, nowhere to go, and forced out of bounds by the tackle, Rivas. That's the second time Rivas has made a big play.
That is not only, that's a hard tackle to do. Last time we remember Luis Rivas got Campbell Spates in open field, but that one, he fended off the offensive lineman that was trying to block him and was able to get to Campbell before he really gets that speed going.
Yeah, loss of 2 yards actually, so bring up 3rd down and 8. Again, unbalanced line to the right side. They go left to Spates again. Has good blocking. Is hit and down at the 5-yard line. It's going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down.
And here's where Coach Littleton has a big decision. Does he take the short field goal, or does he have enough confidence on his offensive line and the great running back that he has? And Scugan is also a threat. So it certainly does look like, are we going to have another play, Mark? It looks like the time clock and they're like neck and neck.
Yeah, they're synchronized. Yeah, I think the quarter's going to end. I think that's what Memorial wants to do, is just give them a little more time to think about it and let the quarter come to an end. Mustangs facing a 4th down and 2 as the teams will trot to the other end of the field. So after 1 quarter of play, it's the Falcons 7, Mustangs nothing. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. Back in a moment.
Gonzalez Furniture can help you reestablish your credit.
So if you have bad credit or no credit, no problem.
Gonzalez can help you finance any item in the store with no credit check.
Plus free valley-wide delivery.
Gonzalez Furniture, your discount furniture store.
Oh, we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. Coming to you from the United Mix Pharmacy Field, ready to start the second quarter. 7-0 is our score. The Mustangs had a decision to make. Looks like they'll go for it on 4th down and 2 from the 5-yard line. Tossed to Spates right side, hit in the backfield, and he's not going to get anywhere close. He's going to be knocked down for a loss of about 2. And for the second time in this game, the Mustangs have been turned away on 4th down.
Oscar Ovidio came in real quickly from the left side and did not allow Campbell any opportunities to put on any moves. 2 huge stops by the Falcon defense.
I think part of the thinking on the part of Memorial was if they did not get it, at worst, then the Falcons have the ball backed up at their own end of the field. They're at the 7-yard line. Mustangs can force a punt here. They can get the ball in good field position.
Roy de la Garza was also in on that tackle.
So the Falcons take over. They'll go in the shotgun from their own 7-yard line. Snap to Chapa, wants to run, hit in the backfield, and he'll go down for a loss. Mustangs starting to adjust now to that quarterback draw.
So far, there's been a lot of, on both sides, the defenses are playing well, Mark. There's been lots of plays for losses so far. Nothing for Chapa, safe play. But give credit to that defensive lineman right there. Was it no one of their number 48? Christopher Lara.
So it'll be 2nd down and 12. Chapa goes back into his own end zone, hits the screen to Banuelos. Banuelos breaks the tackle and fights his way up to about the 15-yard line. That'll be 3rd down and short.
Very nice call. It looked like it was going to, this play was going to go for a long yardage.
It was good
Very
execution
well
there,
execution,
too.
yes, sir.
You see the replay. Chapa waited for the defense to close in on him, then fired it off to Banuelos. Tackled by Ace Chavez, and is that Huachuco?
Yes, that was Huachuco.
So 3rd down and about 3 as Chapa wants to keep it. Gets hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage. Huachuco in on the tackle along with Bagstad. Gets up to about the 18-yard line, and that's going to be enough for the 1st down.
Yes, it is enough for the 1st down because quarterback Chapa, they had him stopped, but that last lunge right there got him that 1st down.
Yeah, as they were tackling him, they brought him down with his momentum falling forward, and I think that was enough to give him the 1st down. So close plays. They hand off Banuelos, and the Mustangs have this stacked up. Mustangs with good penetration. Axel Hernandez in there along with Bagstad and Opazo.
Well, we've called out Bagstad's number already at least 4 or 5 times today, Mark, and he's the one that caused that fumble earlier.
You can see Bagstad was the first one to make contact, then Axel Hernandez wrapped him up. Opazo was in there for good measure. And so 2nd down and 11 after the loss of a yard. Chapa wants to throw, fires this one over the middle, tip, and maybe intercepted. Oh, they're going to say incomplete. Huachuco dived for the tipped ball, and it's very close, but they ruled that he trapped it.
And this is a play that needs to come up to the booth, Mark. Can't wait to see it. The replay looked like a good call. The ruling was that the ball hit the ground, and we have the benefit, a good alert play. And that's a great call right there, once again, by Lumen Garcia. So this play will not be overturned. Not that it makes a difference, but it's just having fun. Good call. Sometimes we take for granted the great officiating that we have. We only remember once in a while those calls that could have gone either way.
Yeah, replay showed it was the correct call. So 3rd down and 11 now for the Falcons. 4-man rush. Pocket collapsing around Chapa, who wanted to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to get sacked. Back at the 14-yard line. And it looked like Lalo Cortez, the defensive end.
Lalo Cortez gets credit for the sack, but there was another defensive lineman that was actually putting in a lot of pressure.
We'll take a look at that replay.
Wasn't able to get his number, but he did a good job of causing the problem. So we do have our first punt of the game.
Yeah, 4th down and 15. Punter standing at his own 1-yard line. 9:05 to play here in the second quarter. 7-0 Falcons. They put on a bit of a rush, and the punter has to hurry his kick. This is going to be high and very short. Takes a big Falcons bounce, though, all the way up to near the 40-yard line. It'll be killed right there at the Falcon 40. So a net gain there of just 25 yards.
Not a very good punt, but that all happened because of the snap, Mark.
Yeah, it was a low snap, and that affected the punter's timing, and the Mustangs had a couple of rushers coming in there.
Well, the Mustangs have been able to move the ball, Mark, but twice on 4th down, they have been stopped.
And both times deep in Los Fresnos territory. One time at about the 23-yard line, and the other time at the 7-yard line. And now the Mustangs starting here in excellent field position at the Falcon 40. Going to toss it right to Spates, crosses the 40, and then hit at about the 37-yard line. Ball comes out, but after the whistle. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Good job by the defensive line for the Falcons. Are doing a great job. And there they are.
You see the defensive line for the Mustangs.
I'm going to have to talk to our director there. Is he trying to trick us over here, Mark?
Just making sure we're on our toes.
We sure are. We didn't fall for that trap.
And here on 2nd down, they hand this off to Spates again. And Spates picks up a couple yards up to about the 35, and it'll be up 3rd down and 5.
You know, those defensive linemen, Mark, especially the defensive ends, they're penetrating right away, and they're making Campbell Spates run upfield, and that's what you want to do with a great running back like Campbell Spates. Make him run upfield. Don't allow him to get outside the hash marks, because when he does that, he uses his speed and his moves, and more than likely, he's going to be successful.
3rd down and 5 now. Clock under 8 minutes to play here in the 2nd quarter. And high snap to Scugan. Fakes the handoff to Spates, but the Falcons aren't buying it. They're all over Scugan. That's Rivas who's wrapped him up along with Oviedo. And it's going to be a big loss.
Luis Rivas is having a fantastic game here early on in the 1st half. And that should bring the punter, which is Garcia. So far he has 11 punts for a 36.5 average, Mark.
Yeah, loss of 9 on the play. So it becomes 4th and 13 now, as we see Garcia there, who's also the offensive left tackle. He does the punting duties. Good snap, good punt. And this is going to be fielded about the 10-yard line. There'll be a return at the 15 and then upended at the 20. On the return there of 10 yards was Isaiah Muniz. And the Falcons will have the ball at their own 20-yard line with 6:38 to go here in the 1st half. If you take a look at that replay, he dodged one tackler, but the second one came in there and
surprised
just, yeah, like a sled crashing through there.
35
on
Mark?
that tackle. That was, Jacob Garza.
Is that the reincarnation of Jacob Garza, a kid that played here about 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, it could be.
He's a heck of a player.
So the Falcons offense comes out there now. Falcons on top, 7-0. And starting 1st down at their own 20-yard line. And Chapa fakes the throw, wants to run it, and Mustangs are ready for it. He gets maybe a yard. He was hit in the backfield. Looked like Opazo was in there.
Opazo, the captain. Was not fooled by the fake. Also Nathan Sanchez. And Sanchez looked like he was going for the ball.
Sanchez had that fumble recovery earlier in this game. Both teams have one turnover. And Chapa wants to throw this one short, and it's incomplete. Looked like it was intended for number 80. That's Jesus Vega.
I think Jesus Vega could see the big guy, the 215-pound Franco Pazzo, number 99, Had him in his peripheral vision, and he dropped the ball.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gone far even if he had made the catch.
What a good hustle play by Apostle.
Uribe trying to provide a block there for the Falcons. Now here on 3rd down and 9. They're 3 for 5 on 3rd down as Chapa wants to run it and evades some tacklers. Now has the first down and more. He's into the secondary and all the way up to the 38-yard line before he's tackled in the open field by the safety, Wachuku.
You know, Chapa's not a big kid, Mark, but he has quickness, footwork.
Yeah, 17 yards he picked up on
Check
3rd
out
down
his moves,
here.
Mark. It didn't look like he was going to get the first down, and he put on a move there and a couple of defenders. And Wachuco came up making sure of the tackle.
So now Chapa to throw on 1st down. This is caught by Vega all the way up to the 49-yard line. And it looks like it'll be enough for another 1st down.
And coming up to make the tackle from his linebacker position, not only does he have to worry about the running game, but Backstad in again on the tackle. He's having a great night so far.
I think he came into this game,
He
I
had
wanna
great
say,
stats.
say 3rd on the team in tackles.
And that's only because this is his 2nd game, but the leading per average, 15 tackles per game.
Here's Banuelos, and Banuelos is hit in the backfield. Couldn't get that sweep going to the left.
Lara.
Mustang's ready for that.
Cortez. And Backstad also, again.
Yeah, loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 12. We see the Mustang cheerleaders under the direction of Mr. Pedro Ramirez.
Award-winning cheerleaders.
Yeah. Storied history for the cheerleaders program as they hand this off on 2nd and 12 and get back to the original line of scrimmage. That's Banuelos on the carry.
Lara
Bring up 3rd down and 10.
on a tackle.
Falcons are 4 for 6 on 3rd down, including a couple of long conversions. They've converted a 3rd and 15 and a 3rd and 9 tonight.
Backstad again on a tackle. I think he already has about 10, Mark.
He is a busy player.
Maybe you motivated him because you interviewed the sister, the Prancer at the beginning of the game, and you asked them about who worked harder.
Yeah, during our pregame show, we featured the Prancers, and Jacob's sister, Hannah Backstad, is an officer with the Prancers.
Timeout. Los Fresnos, they're first.
So the Falcons call timeout with 3:40 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Fresno's leading 7-0, facing a 3rd down and 10. We'll take a break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Get back to the basics of car buying at Bogus. With more selection, real deals, respect for your time, and a fair price up front. Come see why it's better at Bogus. In Harlingen, in McAllen, and always at BogusFord.com.
And we're back here. A lovely night here in this September, early in the season, week 4. Got a little bit of storm clouds, a little bit of humidity, but a beautiful night for football here. And Los Fresnos leading the Memorial Mustangs 7-0 here at United Mix Pharmacy Field. We see Jacob Backstad, who's been busy on the Mustang defense here tonight.
And he's also calling out signals.
And Mustangs make some adjustments. They go with 3 down linemen as Chapa reverses this to Banuelos, and Banuelos up the middle is going to be well short of the first down. Crosses over into Mustang territory to about the 48, a gain of only 3.
Lalo Cortez and El Paso doing a good job of not being fooled by that kind of like, what do you call that when you're going one way and then
Kind of a counter play,
there
I
you
think.
go,
Yeah.
a counter play.
Wasn't a true reverse. But, and now they look lined up like they might go for it here on 4th down and 6.
You know, Mark, we have about 3 minutes to go here in the first half. This has been the fastest game all year so far.
Yeah, both teams like to run the football, and that clock has just been just continuously moving. Now the Falcons call their second timeout And there we see Coach Patrick Brown, the tall, robust gentleman right there in the middle of your screen, in his second year as head coach of the Falcons. Came from San Antonio Sam Houston.
He was somewhere else before he got there, no, Mark?
Yes, he was in El Paso before that. And in fact, he had met the athletic director for McAllen ISD, Paula Gonzalez. Comes from the Socorro School District.
What a small world.
And there we see the Mustang cheerleaders. And we'll take a quick break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
At Rio Bank, our goal is to help you grow and prosper with the right financial tools, quality customer service, and banking done with honesty and integrity. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.
And it's a 4th down and 6 for Los Fresnos. They called timeout. They've elected to punt the football. At least they're in a punt formation. Snap it to the punter. There's a bit of a rush, but he gets this one off in time. It's going to be high, and I don't think there'll be a return as this bounces a little bit short, takes the Falcons bounce. And this is going to be an excellent down at the 16-yard line. And the Mustangs will have 2:41 and all 3 of their timeouts to work with to try to get on the board. They trail 7-0, but the Mustang style of play doesn't really work well in the 2-minute offense, does it?
That's what the running game keeps you on the field and keeps the defense off the field. But when you need big yardage, the passing game is where you get it, and so far the Mustangs have not really.
Somebody got a hand on it.
J.J. Sanchez making sure on the defensive side, number 15 right there on the camera, making sure that he came up from his safety position. He's good hustle, and he crushed the play down.
So that brings up 2nd and 10. Stops the clock at 1:27. Mustangs still have all 3 of their timeouts. They trail 7-0. So they've reset the play clock. Clock is stopped though at 1:27. So they snap it to Scogan in the gun. Pocket collapses. He rolls to the right now. He wants to run it. Dodges a tackler at the 40. First down and all the way up to the 50-yard line. Gets out of bounds.
What a
and stops the
play.
clock. 14 yards.
He also, on this play, when we look at the replay, Mark, we've called Christian Peñas his number quite a few times, and Sean Scogan shows his athletic ability because he was able to dodge him. Take a look at this replay, Mark. First of all, he saw downfield, no open. You saw that move right there? Beautiful move, was able to get an additional 10 yards, and he stopped the clock by going out of bounds.
Yeah, did everything right. Great play there by Scogan as we see Bazan running out to the left side to line up wide. I believe Sanchez lined up wide to the right. 3 men in the backfield with Scogan who wants to throw, and this is caught Bazan on, or excuse me, incomplete, intended for Bazan on the slant pattern. Bazan unable to hang on to it. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Plenty of time with 1 minute and 12 seconds to go. And let's not forget that the Mustangs do have 3 timeouts, Mark, so you can afford to make this kind of passes in the middle of the field because the clock will stop automatically with a first down.
Isaiah Muniz providing coverage there on Bazan as we saw the ISO replay. They go wishbone offense as they toss to Spates. Spates with a big hole, Wachuku with a big hole and close to a first down. He's going to be all the way into Falcon territory at about the 42-yard line.
Memorial, they're first.
Mustangs
will call timeout. And facing just a 3rd down and 2. So we'll take a quick break. And the score, Los Fresnos 7, Memorial nothing, 1:06 to play in the 2nd quarter. And we'll take a break and be back in just a moment.
Give us a chance to get to know you better. Honesty, integrity, and quality of service. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.
And back here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium, I'm Mark May along with Mario Reyna. And the Falcons leading at 7-0 here. Mustangs just called their first time out. They have 2 remaining. Facing a 3rd down and 3 now. They are 3 for 6 on third downs in this game as Scoogan wants to throw out of the gun. Now he's going to run, picks up a lead block, has the first down and more, hurdles a man at the 30 and then down at the 25-yard line. 17-yard pickup there on third and short.
And we saw this talent last year, Mark, when he had several opportunities. Scoogan's showing his athletic ability as they did that quick to stop the clock.
Oh, they clocked it
Yes,
to stop it at 54 seconds left. So give us a chance to show the replay.
Check out this move, Mark, the little jump and hurdle move. Can be dangerous at times.
Took about 6 Falcons to finally bring him down. So second down and 10, Mustangs knocking on the door. They're at the Falcon 25-yard line. Drive that started at their own 16. Scoogan, 3-step drop, wants to go long, flag down toward the end zone. It's incomplete, intended for Sanchez.
I think we're going to have a penalty on the Mustangs. It looked like one of the offensive linemen moved.
Illegal chop block.
Oh, no.
Number 53
Oh, that's not.
and
That's even
75.
worse.
That's a 15-yard penalty. We'll replay.
A big
second
penalty,
down.
Mark. Especially when you have 48 seconds to go in the half and you're giving up 15 yards.
Yeah, that's costly because you only have 48 seconds left to work with. So yeah, 2 men engaging a player, one cannot hit him low, and that's probably what happened on the description of the penalty. They do get the down back. It's second down and 25. Scoogan wants to throw, going to go long, and it's incomplete. Intended for Bazan down there. He was facing double coverage, or it might have been intended for Spates, who was also in the area.
Muniz on the defense. He was in great position. If we take a look at the replay.
Yeah, let's take a look at this replay. There are 2 Mustangs down there. And yes, it was intended for Spates, and Spates very nearly came up with it.
He did a good job of coming back to the ball.
Muniz was the defender on the play. And I saw Bazan also close to it. He was out of frame on that replay, but I thought the pass was intended for him originally. Third and 25. Scoogan wants to throw. Now he's going to run. Has some room up the middle. His hit goes down to about the 30. Picks up about 10. And it'll be 4th and long.
Timeout. Memorial, their second.
Mustangs use their second timeout with 33.5 seconds left here in the second quarter. And we'll take a break, and we'll come back in just a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Ever see a vehicle advertised at a price you want and you drive over to get it and it's gone? Don't fall for those gimmicks. Bogus will give you a real deal and 2 locations right here in the Valley. Come see for yourself. It's better at Bogus.
And we're back here at United Mixed Pharmacy Field. The 13th play of the drive coming up here for the Mustangs. You have 1 timeout remaining, 33.5 seconds on the clock. Probably out of field goal range where it'd be about 47, 48
They're
yards
gonna
from here.
try
But
a
they are
field
going to
goal.
try the field goal, aren't they?
They're trying to get some points on the field. So you're looking at a
Basically-
nice, 45, 47-yarder?
Yeah, facing a 4th and 15. They'll elect for the field goal try by Ricky Garcia. This is high enough. This is long enough. It's no good. It's off to the left. Boy, he certainly had the distance on it. But from 47 yards, it goes wide left. It's no good. And it'll go over to Los Fresnos with just under 28 seconds to play before halftime.
And Mark, I'd like to send out a shout out to one of our listeners out there, and let me give you some hints. Former Memorial graduate, graduated last year, was in band, came out sometimes on the field with the ROTC. Real good
yes,
kid.
And was in the booth with us, I think,
Yeah,
at one time.
that's
That
the
was,
other goal.
Yeah, Salvador Villa.
Yes, sir. And he's getting ready to go for some special classes, I think, somewhere in Louisiana soon. You know, he had the leg on this one, Mark, as we take a look at the replay, but he just went off to the left.
And we see Chapa fake the handoff and keep it himself and gets about 5 yards. And either team may elect to stop it at this point as the clock is moving at 16 seconds.
Looks like that's it, Mark, for the half.
Under 10 seconds now, and yeah, neither team using a timeout. As we take a look at that replay, Chapa picked up 5 yards. Huachuca in on the tackle, along with number 90, Gutierrez, and we are at halftime. The score, Los Fresnos 7, McAllen Memorial nothing. It'll be Los Fresnos to receive to start the second half of play. We've got the Falcons marching band and the Mustangs marching band coming up at halftime. And right now, here's a look at some of the first half highlights as we go to break. Hope you enjoyed our first half here on Football Night in McAllen.
Gonzalez Furniture can help you reestablish your credit.
So if you have bad credit or no credit, no problem.
Gonzalez can help you finance any item in the store with no credit check.
Plus free valley-wide delivery.
Gonzalez Furniture, your discount furniture store.
Mighty Falcon Band and the Stars Dance Team. First on our program is the Stars Dance Team. The Stars Dance Team would like to take this time to thank the entire community of Los Fresnos, their family and friends for their support. Star officers are Senior Officer, 4-time All-American and 1-time Kick Company, Luz Hernandez. Senior Officer and 1-time Honorable Mention, Diana Luna. Senior Officer, 3-time Honorable Mention and 1-time All-American, Melanie Perez. Senior Officer and 1-time All-American, Adriana Pisania. Senior Officer, 1-time Honorable Mention, 2-time All-American, and 1-time Kick Company, Ariane Rodriguez. Junior Officer, 3-time Honorable Mention, and 1-time Kick Company, Lorraine Escareño. Junior Officer and 1-time Honorable Mention, Kimberly Lucio. Sophomore Co-Captain, 1-time All-American, 1-time Kick Company, and the 2017 Outstanding Performer, Ana Barrera. Sophomore Co-Captain, 1-time Honorable Mention, 1-time All-American, 2-time Kick Company, and the 2017 Miss High Kick, Andrea Foster. Star of the Week is Senior 3-year member and 2017 All-American, Natalie Viveros. Officer of the Week is Lorraine Escareño. Tonight, the Stars Dance Team will dazzle you with a prop kick routine to a selection made famous by Lady Gaga. This is Born This Way. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present the 2017 edition of the Mighty Falcon Band. The band is under the field leadership of drum majors Aik Saraguz, Ben Garcia, and Cheyenne McCord. Tonight, the band will perform parts 1 and 2 of its contest show entitled Dia de los Muertos, which features the beauty and power of H.O.N. Reed's La Fiesta Mexicana and Arturo Marquez's Danzón No. 2. And now, the mighty Falcon Band exits the field to the Los Fresnos High School fight song. Directors for the band are Andy Solois, Ana Gonzalez, Jorge Rangel, Janelle Mejia, Patrick Anderson, and David Leclerc. We would like to thank our principal of Los Fresnos High School and Los Fresnos United, Mr. Justin Stumball and Mrs. Jennifer Stumball, and Los Fresnos Consolidated Independent School District Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Gonzalo Salazar, for their continued support of our students. Thank you for your attention, and as always, go Falcons!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our halftime festivities featuring McAllen Memorial's finest student performers, the Prancers, the Color Guard, and the band that rocks the Rio Grande, the McAllen Memorial Mustang Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, entertaining you this evening are McAllen, Texas Pride and Joy, the award-winning Memorial High School Prancers. Introducing your 2017-2018 Prancer officers, Sergeant Hannah Baghdad, Lieutenant Ismet Montelongo, Captain Vanessa Cavazos Osuna, and Major Victoria Miramonte. The Prancers are under the direction of Miss Olympia De Leon and Mr. Jimmy Hernandez. Ladies, the field is yours.
And the Prancer of the Week, Callista Johnson. The Prancers will be performing tonight to Runaway Baby by Bruno Mars. the Prancers. This season, the Memorial Mustang Band will be presenting their four-movement UIL pigskin show entitled Exploration, the music of Bjork and Dvorak. Soloists this evening are Matthew Rivera, Brendan Cortez, Nick Bazan, and Edgar Torres. Saxophone duet soloists are Jose Silva and Michael Cisneros. The band will be performing the first three movements of their show this evening. And now, under the field direction of senior drum majors Carissa Garcia, Alexandria Rodriguez, and Angeles Silva, we proudly present the McAllen Memorial Band and Exploration.
double wing, and Kim's gonna step away. Kim's out.
The Mustang Band. And now, a salute to Mustang Country. The Mustang Band seniors of the week are Eddie Hernandez and Jackie Cano. The marchers of the week, Joe Garcia, Rita Sanchez, Noah Arevalo, Nazreen Espinosa, Stephanie Dominguez, Eddie Cerda, Philip Foley, and Maria Fernanda Lopez. The percussion section leaders are Christian Aguilar, Irene Hug, and Elijah Lopez. The color guard officers are Captain Enrique Holguin, Co-Captain Victoria Porras, Lieutenant Kathleen Cavazos. The guard member of the week, Frida Ruiz. The McAllen Memorial Band directors are Angel Martinez, Deborah Luna, Araceli Rodriguez, Mark Mertens, Amy Canizales, Guillermo Rivera, and Alonso Avila. The Memorial Band would like to wish the Los Fresnos Band the best of luck this fall marching season. We hope you enjoy the second half of the game, and go Mustangs!
And we're back here at United Mixed Pharmacy Field. I'm Mark May with Mario Reyna. Our halftime score, the Falcons 7, the Mustangs nothing. Falcons scored on the opening drive, and it looked like there might be some fireworks, but the defenses have held firm since then, and that remains our halftime score. And Mario, I know one of the big keys for the Memorial Mustangs as we see them getting ready to come out for the second half was the play of their linebacker, Bagstead.
Wow. We talked about it at the beginning of the game, Mark. I had no idea he was going to play the way he has played tonight. He's the one that also cost a fumble, but he has been all over the field. There's where the fumble was, right on cue. Thank you to our director for putting it out there at this time. But he's had a great night all over the place, and then it's probably his leadership skills out in the field. It's just something that you can't measure.
Yeah, Michael Rodriguez, our video coordinator, putting the highlights together. We appreciate his efforts here as we see this highlights from the first half and some key plays made by Bagstad. And of course, he had a lot of help too. Wachuku there in that one. We saw Sanchez who recovered that fumble Bagstad caused earlier on. Mustangs unable to capitalize on the turnover though, as they turned it over twice when they went for it on fourth down. We'll take a look at the halftime stats now. And you can see they do favor Memorial, but Los Fresnos leading on the scoreboard, 7-0. First downs is tied at 7. Rush yards is almost 2-1 in favor of the Mustangs, and then pass yards is about even. Both teams like to run the football, and total yards 129-84 in favor of the Mustangs. Penalties, 3 on the Mustangs, 1 on the Falcons, and each team had a turnover. And of course, it was the turnover on the Mustangs though that did lead to the Falcon points as they recovered a fumble in the opening kickoff and took it in from 34 yards out, eventually scoring on a quarterback keeper by the quarterback Charles Chapa. So it'll be Los Fresnos also receiving here to start this second half.
And it's all about the adjustments. And it's the offenses that have probably the most conversations in the locker rooms, Mark, because they basically did struggle. They both moved the ball, Mark, but it wasn't consistent. And especially for Memorial, after they moved the ball, they were stopped twice on fourth down situations, and that's something that Coach Bill Littleton's offenses are not used to.
And we saw Ricky Garcia about to do the kickoff honors. He did have a field goal attempt in the first half and made the most of it, 47 yards away, and missed it wide to the left, but he had plenty of distance, plenty of leg on it. And so I know Coach Littleton not fearful of going to Garcia if they are inside of 50 yards.
Well, 2 weeks ago, Coach Littleton won his 100th game as a Mustang head coach, but wasn't able to do that last week against a very tough San Benito Greyhound team. And tonight, the Los Fresnos Falcons, very good football team.
We saw Isaiah Muniz back to receive the kickoff. And Ricky Garcia about to do the kicking honors to start this second half. Los Fresnos will be going from right to left. There's Muniz. And it was a quick first half. Took less than an hour. Both teams like to keep that ball on the ground. So here we go. Here's Garcia running up to the ball, and this is a line drive all the way back to about the 5-yard line and goes through the end zone for a touchback. Boy, it looked like it might go out of bounds, and that would have taken it all the way out to the 35, but fortunately for the Mustangs, it goes out for a touchback.
Well, Mark, in the first half, Charles Chapa did have a pretty good ball game. I don't know how many yards he got, but he's got that ability to break it at any time.
Yeah, Chapa and his teammates compiling 59 yards there in the first half of play. As we get ready to start this third quarter, it's first down and 10 for the Falcons. And Chapa in the gun. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Nobody in the backfield with Chapa. Now a man goes in motion. They're going to flip to him. That's a receiver running around the 30 and has plenty of room to the 40, and then finally bounced out of bounds by Wachuku. And on the run there was Jesus Vega. First time we've seen that play, and it was big successful
that's
for
something
Los Fresnos.
Probably the coaches saw upstairs, Mark, that kind of play was open. But let's give credit to the offensive line for the Falcons. They did a very good job of blocking.
20 yards on the pickup. Now Chapa wants to run. Quarterback draw. Picks up a downfield block. Crosses midfield into Mustang territory at the 47-yard line. And a gain of 8 on the play.
And Backstad once again on the tackle mark. But when you have linebackers making tackles, that means that his defensive line is doing a good job of allowing him not to be blocked by the offensive linemen.
You see the tail end of that play. A couple of Mustangs bringing Chapa down after a gain of 8. Second down and 2. First minute of the third quarter. And Chapa again, quarterback draw. And he drags one Mustang defender with him as he runs up to about the 41 and picks up the first down.
Hard run by Chapa. Brought down by number 45, David Duran.
So first down for the Falcons. Chop out of the gun. They're going to flip it to Vega again, going left side. This time the Mustangs ready for it, and they get him for, looks like for a loss. It looked like Luistro on the tackle.
Yes, it was Luistro. If this is the way you want to have a demonstration tape or video on how to tackle, take a look at this one right there.
Officially
nice
no gain
wrap
on the play.
around.
Yeah, wrapped around the legs and drove through the runner. Good technique there. And here on second down,
and guess
and
what?
again, nothing here for Banuelos on the toss. I think the first man there was Gutierrez, and then a couple of other Mustangs, including Luistro again.
Luistro, back-to-back, beautiful plays. Anytime you get a tackle for a loss, it's like give him an extra point for defense.
So third down and 12. 5 for 8 on third down are the Falcons. Chapa looked like he wanted to throw. Now he's going to run it. Left side, has plenty of room. Picks up the first down at the 30, a downfield block, now out of bounds at the 25. So this Chapa, a terrific runner, has good running instincts. As looked like on that play he did want to pass, but it was covered, and so he took off running.
One thing for sure, when he scrambles out of the pocket, his quickness and his vision, he's going to be tough to get in open field. Give the Falcons a first down thanks to Charles Chapa.
He got picked up 18 yards on third and 12. Clock at 9:17 to go here in the third quarter. Man in motion, they fake to him. Now they're going to throw toward the end zone. Man is open, it's incomplete, intended for Ramirez. Ramirez had a couple of steps on the Mustang defenders, but the ball was overthrown.
And you're right, Mark. Charles Chapa wishes he could get this throw again. After he threw it, you could tell that he knew he had overthrown. And then I kept my eye on him, and you could tell by his expressions that he knows that he missed an opportunity for a touchdown.
Oh, second down and 10. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Chapa alone in the backfield. Now he's going to quarterback draw. Has a blocker downfield, picks up the block, is hit, still fighting his way forward, has the first down as he crosses the 15.
I would not
13.
I would not want to be a defender, Mark, because number 75, DeAndre Gonzalez, was out leading Chapa on the block. If you take a look at the replay right there, even Backstad found out who DeAndre Gonzalez is.
Memorial, they're first.
He weighs 300 pounds. You can tell he's big.
He's
As
ready for college football.
Yep, Memorial takes their first time out with 8:50 to play here in the third quarter. Los Fresnos up 7-0. We'll go ahead and take a break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Ever since I was young, I've had a passion for science, and I really hope to change the world through chemistry.
Ida McAllen. You can see the Los Fresnos Falcon marching band. They're having a good time tonight. A lot of Mustang fans are having fun too, and I think I saw a lot of Mustangs and lots of Mustang students in costume at halftime. I think that might have been their theme this week. They have a different theme each week of the football season. As we're back to action now, 1st and 10. And I think Los Fresnos was trying to get the ball snapped. And we have a flag down.
It's going to be an interesting call.
Number 77 on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
I think he was startled that all of a sudden, from nowhere, a Mustang defender came onto the field from the sideline.
So I'll move it back to the 18-yard line. Just the second penalty against the Falcons. So they had a 1st and 10 at the 13, now 1st and 15. Again, a spread formation. They have Manuelos in the backfield. They'll hand off to him. He knifes his way forward up the middle and is up to about the 10-yard line. Again, of about 8 on the play.
Nice play for big yardage. Makes it a lot more 2nd and 8.
And they'll go no huddles. They quickly line up. 8.5 minutes to play. And Chapa looking over at the Falcon sideline to get the play signaled in. And they'll hand off wraparound draw to Banuelos. This time the Mustangs ready for it, and they bottle him up at about the 9-yard line. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play as they push him way back. It looked like Gutierrez and Sanchez in there.
Once again, you can see why they have high numbers in tackles. You know, the Mustangs haven't had problems stopping the Falcons. It's just one play in a series. And they've had them on 3rd down situations quite often, but Chapa finds a way to get that 1st down.
So 3rd down and 7. Chapa fires for the end zone. Slant pattern, it's caught, and a touchdown. Robert Ramirez makes the catch at the goal line and falls forward into the end zone. A 9-yard completion for a touchdown. And the Falcons have increased their lead to 13-0.
What a beautiful drive to start the second half by the Falcons. And I wonder how much time has the Mustang offense. It's been a while since they've gone on the field. And we'll have to take a look to see if that's going to affect them.
And here's the snap of the extra point. Kick is up and away, and it is good. And Torres is now 2 for 2 in the game, and the score is Los Fresnos 14, McAllen Memorial nothing. 7:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Mustangs will be getting the ball for the first time when we come back. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. Here's a look at the touchdown.
My dream is to become a marine biologist because I've always loved sharks and turtles, and exploring ocean life is what I want to do.
And we're back. Here's another look at the touchdown toss from Chapa to Ramirez. Finding a nice pattern and slant, got some inside position on the defender, and was able to catch the bullet pass for the touchdown. It's 14-0. That capped a 11-play, 75-yard drive that took 4:28 off the clock as Wachuku is back to receive for the Mustangs. See Torres getting ready for the kickoff. Wearing green shoes out there. It's a short kickoff. It's going to be muffed at the 11, but picked up on the one hop by Wachuku across the 20. Slices through a couple of tacklers across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So a good return there for the senior defensive back.
So we'll see what kind of adjustments offensive coordinator Tivo Gonzalez has in store for the Mustang offense.
You see Wachuku on the sideline. So here the Mustangs, 7:25 to go in the third. This is their first offensive play. Scoogin in there at quarterback with one receiver to his left, two to the right. They toss this to Spates running right, and he is pushed out of bounds after a gain of 2.
And you know, Mark, when you run the ball as often as the Mustangs, I saw 7 defenders up on the line, then 3 linebackers and just 1 safety back, and the defensive backs are playing close to the line of scrimmage, knowing that the Mustangs like to run the ball. So not until the Mustangs can make something happen in the air, they will continue to key in on that running attack.
So 2nd down and 8 for the Mustangs. And they're going to hand this off or fake it to Spates, and Scoogins going to keep it around left end. Dodges a tackler, and now he's off to the races at the 40. Still going to the 30. One man chasing, misses him, and Scoogins going to score the touchdown. And the Mustangs 64 yards to the house.
And there's the horn that has been missing for a while here for the Mustangs. And you can give credit to Scoogins on that one, Mark. It all started with a fake. Great read.
Yeah, great play as they faked it to Spates. The defense bid on that. Scoogin bounced outside and was able to dodge a couple of tacklers, and one of them appeared to have an angle on him, but he was able to turn on the afterburners and race 64 yards to the touchdown. Garcia's extra point is good, and our score. The Falcons still lead at 14-7, but the Mustangs are on the board with 7:05 to play here in the third quarter. Let's take another look at that touchdown.
Check out this fake right there, Mark. About 5 defenders went for the fake. And Scoogins showing everyone the type of speed that he has.
That's a second long-distance touchdown in as many weeks. Had a 44-yarder against San Benito, and now this one goes for 64 yards. So we'll take a break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. Oh, here we go.
My dream is to be a nurse and work in the labor and delivery field. I like caring for people and taking care of moms-to-be, and I want to help bring life into the world.
And we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. We take another look at the touchdown of Scott Scoogin, and we're joined now by our superintendent, Dr. Jay Gonzalez. And Dr. Gonzalez, I know you're a former coach. What did you think of that run?
Well, you know, this boy has a lot of talent. He's got great speed, great stride. So he's a sophomore, isn't he, Mark?
Junior now.
Is he a junior now? Okay, I thought he was a sophomore. So he's a junior. So the Scoogin quarterback's a real deal. We're excited about what he's doing for us.
A terrific run there, and we saw another touchback, so Los Fresnos will get the ball at the 25. And we were talking earlier today, and one of the things the district has been working on lately this semester is customer service. And I know that's something a little bit unusual for a school district. You think of that as associating that with a business, but can you talk about how you've kind of wanted to bring the customer service philosophy to McAllen?
Absolutely, Mark. One of the things that we know is that we're in a friendly competition with school districts that are surrounding us, whether they're private schools or charters or public schools. So we wanted to make sure that from a customer service standpoint that parents and students and teachers and everybody involved in the system was treated with the utmost respect and had a great experience. So we decided to create a customer service plan, and that's what we've been pushing across the district. And
I know you studied some corporations that are well known for their customer service, correct?
We did. We went out and we wanted to see what businesses had a legacy of quality customer service. So we looked at businesses such as Chick-fil-A and H-E-B and Southwest Airlines. We looked at Harley-Davidson from a branding perspective and took all of their ideas and came together as a strategic design team and developed our own 5 standards that we are driving with regard to customer service in McAllen ISD.
And the Los Fresnos Falcons now facing a 2nd down and 7. Going to snap it to Chapa, who's going to hand this off. That's Banuelos again with a big room up the middle. 1st down and more, and he's into Mustang territory down to about the Mustang 37-yard line. And it's a run of 35 yards on that play. The Falcons first down as they move into Mustang territory. And Dr. Gonzalez, how about academically, some of the new things that are going on there? I know literacy has been real big.
We've been working really, really hard to push literacy across our district. We have a long legacy of success from an academic standpoint, but we believe that a strong focus in the area of literacy from pre-K to 12, really trying to put some systems and processes in place to ensure that we're focusing on ensuring that every child across every grade level is reading on grade level. So a lot of training with regard to how to teach the art of reading across our system, and the power of our district is we have great teachers, and everybody's focusing on literacy, and we're working that across the curriculum. So we're excited about what we're seeing and expect to see some great gains as we move forward.
And I know
Pass
we
interference
hear
on
the
the
call.
offense. Number 8 was pushing off. That's a 15-yard penalty. We'll replay first down.
So that's how he got so wide open. A little push off there, and they'll move it back 15 yards. And I know that the district a number of years ago embraced technology, one-to-one they call it, where each student has his own device. Can you talk a little bit about some of the things we're doing with that? I know we recently, a couple years ago, switched to Chromebooks in the secondary schools. The younger kids still using the iPads. What's our approach with the technology?
The approach is to make sure that we're giving students the opportunity to have anytime, anywhere access to the World Wide Web, to be able to research, to literally have a library in their hand as they carry their device, so that when they're doing their research or when they're doing their studying, that they have a device that will enable them to really just have a library, as I mentioned, at their hands and be able to do some deep research. So the challenge now becomes is how do we train all of our teachers across the system to be comfortable with the devices and to utilize them during instruction. But we're excited because our teachers are really taking to utilizing technology in the classroom, and they're doing a phenomenal job. So we know that it's having a very positive impact on the educational experience of all the children in our district.
Well, yeah, a lot of great things are going on. Anything else you'd like to share before we go?
Just very, very proud of all of our coaches and all of our student athletes, our cheerleaders, our band, our ROTC, our steppers, everybody that's here tonight is really making tonight's event what it is. So we're very, very excited about not only what's going on within our schools, but what's going on from an academic standpoint.
Yeah, I know this is the fun part here. We get to showcase everything our students do, and we've got the football and the pep squads and the prancers and the dance teams and the cheerleaders. And yeah, you mentioned all these different groups, and so I guess that's what makes school fun, isn't it? Those opportunities to do those extra things.
It really is. I mean, these kids work hard during the school day, and we challenge them to the utmost with regard to what we expect them to do to get ready for assessments and all of that. So anytime you can get the community out and really celebrate what they do from an extracurricular standpoint, it's special. So it's what Friday nights are all about in Texas. It's what high school football is all about, and it brings the whole community together. So we're very, very proud of that.
All right. Well, Dr. Gonzalez, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
And enjoyed it. Dr. Jay Gonzalez, our
Thank you, Coach
superintendent here at McAllen ISD, and big football fan of the Mustangs, Warriors, and Bulldogs. As we see on 1st and 10, we saw the Falcons had gone for it or had a 3rd and 1 situation. They were able to convert and get a 1st and 10, but here on 1st down, nothing doing there as number 99, Frank Opazo, comes in with the big tackle.
And in that last series, Mark, I was impressed by the screen pass. They ran it very nicely.
Yeah, you don't see the screen
I
very
know,
often
not in
at
high
the high
school.
level.
Exactly.
It's really hard to execute. There's so many moving parts to it, but yeah, Los Fresnos doing really well executing that screen pass. And here's a deep pass to the left side, going for the home run ball, and this is incomplete. And I think a late flag has now come in. It was intended for number 8, Uribe.
The question is going to be, was that ball catchable?
Yeah, that ball looked to be a bit overthrown. 3:15 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter, and the Falcons lead by a touchdown. The officials will talk this over, and that's probably what they're discussing is the
Not happy, and but the call, at least give credit to the officials for getting together to discuss it.
as a handoff to Benuelos on 1st down. Gets up to about the 12-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup.
Good tackle on the defense right there by number 45, David Duran.
Good technique, wrapped him up around the legs.
Nice little ankle tackle. It's a good thing he did because there was an open field.
Los Fresnos has this huge offensive line. We'll see as this game wears on if that wears on the Mustang defense. They've been holding pretty firm so far. Under 3 minutes to go. Play action, throw it for the end zone, incomplete. Trying to hit Ramirez. He caught that touchdown on the slant earlier, and they're trying the same pattern again, but this time incomplete.
Good job on the defense by Izagani Luisto. Not going for the fake mark. Take a look at the fake right there, like a handoff. He could have easily been tricked by that, and he wasn't. And we know that they can throw the ball. They've already scored a touchdown on a pass.
Yeah, one rushing and one passing touchdown for this Falcons team.
What's that on their helmet mark? That design.
Looks like an L and an F, kind of a swoosh look to it, like a Falcon. As Chapa wants to run it up the middle, is hit at the 5 and falls down to the 3-yard line, a gain of about 9.
No doubt, a quarterback draw by design. And it worked.
Yeah, they get the first down. It'll be first and goal.
Very deceptive. Of course, like any offensive coordinator, Mark, they always want to put the ball in the hands of their playmakers.
So they have first and goal at the 3. They'll hand off Benuelos, fakes right, goes up the middle, and is in for the touchdown. 3-yard run there by Benuelos. The third different Falcon to score tonight, and they lead it now by a score of 20-7. An 8-play, 75-yard drive.
That's as good as it gets, no, Mark? Took away a lot of time off the clock.
Yeah, that's about a 5-minute drive. Here's Torres to attempt the extra point. Snap and hold is good. Kick is up and away and good. And the score, Falcons 21 and the Mustangs 7. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the third quarter. And we'll take a break. You're watching Football Night at McAllen. Here's another look at Benuelos' run.
I want to attend medical school so that I can gain a specialty in anesthesiology and help people go through any problems or issues that they're going through, and just kind of immerse myself in the scientific study and learn more about it.
And then we see the Falcons fans there on the east side of the bleachers here at United Mixed Pharmacy Field. The Falcons lead at 21-7 after their second drive of more than 4 minutes here in this quarter. They had a touchdown drive of 4:28. This last one goes 4 minutes and 50 seconds. 8 plays, 75 yards. And Benuelos with the touchdown. It's 21-7. Here's the kickoff, fielded by Bazan at his 2-yard line, across the 10, then hit, and goes down at about the 17. The Mustangs will have a long way to go to get back into this football game. Still plenty of time. We're still in the third quarter.
Good tackle by Oscar Ovidio, who stays in the game to play safety.
You see kind of a long distance low shot right there. Maybe the sideline perspective. And there we see Scugan, who last time he had the ball ran 64 yards for the Mustangs' lone touchdown. And here's going to hand this off in the backfield, and a gain of about 1. Looks like Spates on the carry.
A bunch of Falcons and the tackle led by Christian Peña. I've been real impressed by him on the Falcons side.
So second down and 9. Spates picked up 1. Yeah, solid hit there by Peña on the tackle. Now they're going to toss it, and it goes awry. It's a fumble in the backfield picked up by Cruz, but he's going to be swarmed by the defenders, and he'll go down at about the 9-yard line, and that'll be a loss of 9 yards and bring third down and very long.
And this is where it also makes it tough for an offense that doesn't throw the ball a lot to get those big plays, Mark.
Yeah, so far tonight, the Mustangs just 1 for 6 on passing. As we take a look at the replay, and Cruz picked that up and then was immediately grabbed by Oviedo.
And let's not forget that the Falcons went 3 deep last year in the playoffs, Mark, and they actually lost to the eventual state championship, which I believe is Lake Travis.
Oh, yeah, Lake Travis has a storied program. They've won multiple state championships in recent years. As Scoogin on 3rd and 17 is going to throw this one long. It's a little bit short, but it's caught. First down. Campbell Spates comes down with it. And a great play there, the long distance throw for the Mustangs. Just their second completion tonight, but it couldn't have come at a better time as they go all the way out to the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 33 yards.
And Mark, what a good job by Bates to come back and make sure he got the ball.
So they're up to the Mustang 42-yard line, back in business as they hand it to Spates going right side, cuts it inside, and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Mustangs at 168 yards rushing here as we come to the end of the third quarter with about 12 seconds left. I don't think they'll be able to snap it again. Okay, we've reached the end of the third quarter of play. The Falcons outscore the Mustangs in that frame 14-7, and they lead overall 21-7 as we head to the fourth. But the Mustangs on the march as we go to break. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Get back to the basics of car buying at Bogus. With more selection, real deals, respect for your time, and a fair price up front. Come see why it's better at Bogus. In Harlingen, in McAllen, and always at BogusFord.com.
And we're back here on United Mixed Pharmacy Field, and the Falcons lead at 21-7 as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Teams have switched in, so the Mustangs now moving right to left, and the Mustangs at their own 42 going to hand this off to Campbell Spates, and Spates up to about the 45-yard line. We're bringing up third down in about 7.
Nice hard running by Campbell Spates. He knows, Mark, that it'll be a matter of time when he'll be out in the open field. But right now, all defenses are really keying in on him, and he can expect that to happen in district play.
Spates, the only sophomore starting on the offense for the Mustangs. And Scoogin goes into the gun on 3rd down and 6, and Scoogin wants to run all the way. Is hit, ball comes loose. I think Scoogin got it back, but he's going to be well short of the first down.
And lucky for the Mustang offense, they were able to recover the fumble, Mark. But we talked a little bit about when you jump and hurdle and you put your body up in the air, it does put you in a very tough position.
You can see
very nice hit. I don't know who's the one that got the hit. Number 61, Mark,
yeah, that's
is the
Rivas.
one that cost the fumble. And Rivas has had a fine night
called
tonight.
his name a lot tonight. And yeah, you've got a shoulder in there, knocked the ball loose, but it bounced, landed back in the hands of Scoogin. So we see the Mustang cheerleaders. They're keeping the spirits up of the Mustang fans here. Got a big crowd here tonight. Garcia in there to punt. It bounces into him, and Garcia forced to run, and he's going to be tackled way back at the 30-yard line. Loss of 17 yards.
And not only a loss, but they turned the ball over. Mark doesn't. That's almost like a turnover. But we talked about special teams, Mark. It all started. Garcia was trying to hurry up because the clock was winding down, and that forced the center maybe not to be ready, and it was not a good snap. And as you can see, Garcia there trying to hurry it up. Did a good job to catch it on a hop. So that's a big special teams play for the Greyhounds, and let's see if they can turn it into points.
Isaac Ambris was the first Falcon there, and giving Garcia no chance to try to run that football, and it'll be Falcons football at the Mustang 31-yard line. And here's the quarterback going forward all on first down. This is caught out of bounds at the 5. Chapa's pass caught by Ilian Gonzalez. I think that's his first catch tonight. It's all the way down to the 5-yard line. It'll be first down and goal for the Falcons. They're actually going to set this up at the 4.
Nice pass by Chapa, but the big deal here is that the Falcons know that the momentum is on their side. They're in a hurry-up offense.
So on first down, quarterback tries to run it to the right side, and he's immediately tackled by Huachuco. He's going to lose 2 yards back to the 6. It'll be second down and goal.
Huachuco was ready for that play. You know that Chapa's real shifty, and give Huachuco right there a big accolade for that tackle. He'll probably be an all-district performer.
And now here's a pass into the end zone left side, incomplete, intended for Ramirez. And on the coverage there was Luistro. And to be third down and goal. Falcons passing now 7 for 13 for 78 yards in this game. They do have a touchdown pass back in the third quarter.
And what happens for you, Mark, is that when you do have some success through the air, your playbook is wide open.
So it'll be third down and goal. And Chapa throws again into the end zone, same place as before, and again incomplete. Was trying to hit Ramirez again. Luistro with excellent coverage back there, and the ball is a little bit short and incomplete. It's fourth and goal.
I think the Falcons are not afraid to throw the ball because they have had some success.
The Mustangs sent Nathan Sanchez in on a blitz on that play.
And they're going to go for the field goal mark so they can make it a 3 possession.
Yeah, Ramirez will be the holder, Torres the kicker. And this will be from 23 yards.
Timeout.
Yeah, the play clock was getting away from him.
That's why you have coaches, Mark. They prevented a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, play clock was getting away from him. They called timeout. They're first with 9:47 to go here in the ball game, and Los Fresnos up 21-7. So we'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back here in just a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
Right after graduating high school, I want to do an exchange program and maybe go study in Italy, which is a little island called Sardinia. I then want to study political science and go on to become a lawyer. I want to study litigation.
Okay, we're back here on Football Night at McAllen. 23-yard field goal attempt from the right hash mark for the Falcons. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and away, and it is good. From 23 yards out, that puts the Falcons up 24-7. And like you pointed out, Mario, that gives them a 3-possession bulge over Memorial. So 23-yard field goal is good, and the score 24-7. You know, something that's coming up, Mario, is that's be of interest to our high school and even our middle school students is College Night. College Night 2017 is going to be on Monday, September 25th at De Leon Middle School. They'll have over 50 different universities represented. Also, the military people will be there. So, you know, if you're a parent, this is a great thing to take your child to. There'll also be presentations on financial aid. You can get the vaccinations, the required vaccinations for meningitis that are required for college freshmen. They call it Vaccinate Before You Graduate. And so they'll have that opportunity there, and that's all at College Night 2017. It's going to be at De Leon Middle School on Monday, September 25th, and that'll be in the evening from 5:30 to 8 o'clock.
And I've had a lot of parents that in the past, Mark, have come up to me, and that's one of the customer service, as you were talking to Superintendent Gonzalez, one of the customer service that they really love about McAllen ISD, that college night. So my hat goes off. I'm glad you mentioned it, Mark, to Adalia del Bosque, who helps to provide the nurses for that, and also to Dr. De Hoyos that helps to bring in a lot of the colleges.
Yeah, the Vaccinate Before You Graduate campaign. And here's the Mustangs going to flip it to Huachuco on the return, and big hole there at the 30, and then bottled up at about the 34-yard line. And the Mustangs, with time becoming a factor now with 9:33 to play here in the ballgame, they trail 24-7.
That's something that the Mustangs like to do, run the ball, and if you do run the ball, you do have success. You know, now you start playing with the clock because there is 9 minutes and 32 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
24-7 our score, and the Falcons on front. And the Mustangs going to have to move the ball now. Snap to Scoogin, fakes to Spates, wants to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, now forced to throw into a crowd. It's tipped up in the air and incomplete. Almost caught by Sanchez and almost intercepted by Oviedo.
Mustangs are lucky that it was not intercepted. That's something that when they go back to review film, they're going to tell Don Scoogins that it was best to maybe just throw it away and just start another play. You can't fault him for trying to make something happen because he does have a tall receiver in Josh Sanchez, and that's probably what gave him confidence. I try to throw it a little bit high and let him go up. He is a basketball player too, so he probably has that jumping ability.
Number 4, Johnny Larson, also had a late chance at that football as well. So 2nd down and 10 for the Mustangs, their own 34. Scoogin a 3-step drop. Now wants to go deep down the right side. It's underthrown a bit and picked off by the Falcons and then tackled there at the Falcon 39-yard line. So it'll be Falcons football following the second Mustang turnover.
Nice job on the defensive side by J.J. Sanchez. The ball slightly underthrown.
And I was going to say things not looking good now for the Mustangs as the Falcons have scored on their last 3 possessions.
Especially because of that, they're having problems. They're having problems with the just stopping. Mark, take a look at excited Sanchez over there on the sidelines. He's going to spike it. You can't do it on the field where the officials can see you, but you can do it out there.
And here's Vega on the run on the left side. Gets a little bit of running room before he's shoved out of bounds by the Mustang defender, David Duran.
David Duran has been having a nice game. Oh, getting back to the spike on the sideline, Mark. He's looking to see the referees are seeing him, and bang. Can't do that in the vicinity of the officials because you'll get a penalty for that.
I'm going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, so just a gain of 1 as they hand off to, this time it's a new ball carrier, Matthew Medina, his first carry tonight.
And the goal for the Falcon offense is just to get a couple of first downs and run the clock down. If you take a look at on the scoreboard, the Prancers are having a great time.
And now it's third down, it's a first down. Thought it would be 3rd and short, but had just enough for the first down as they're at the Falcon 47-yard line. And the clock moving now at 8.5 minutes to play. Mustangs still have 2 timeouts to work with as they hand off Medina. Again, hit in the backfield, fights that off, and then like a bull in a china shop, just charges forward into Mustang territory and goes down at about the 48.
Very well said, Mark. In fact, I want a replay on that. What did you say?
Like a bull in a china shop.
What is that?
Plunging forward. And that puts Los Fresnos at 200 yards rushing for the game.
Look at this kid. Broke a tackle, gained another 4 or 5 yards and refused to go down. Sanchez having trouble bringing him down.
And Wachuku also in there to help bring him down. There's the Mustang marching band.
They look like they're having a lot of fun.
Yeah, being led by the drum line. Drum line's out there. 2nd down and 5 now. And they'll hand this off the right side. Looks like Medina again. And Medina up to about the 45-yard line, a gain of 3. There's the Prancers.
I recognized one of those.
They have new uniforms this year for the Prancers.
Absolutely. One of the young ladies there is Melanie Martinez. I've known her since she was in 2nd grade.
We see the flag corps and the rest of the band. 3rd down and 2 now for the Falcons. The Mustang 35. This is a must stop here for the Mustangs.
I think it's Chapa time. Let's give them an opportunity, put them in there kind of like the Wildcat. They're going to take a timeout.
Timeout. Los Fresnos, their second.
They've taken their second timeout. This clock stop at 6:59 to go in the game. 24-7 is the score. The Falcons on top and facing a 3rd and 2 situation, which the Mustangs must get a stop there. Mustang cheerleaders leading the cheers. And we'll take a break. We'll be back in just a moment.
I'm getting my associates within criminal justice, hopefully getting my bachelor's within business management. And the reason why I choose policing is because I want to pursue business policing management to go ahead and be able to help anyone that I can within helping them from crime, from not crime, and just having that sense of attendance to caring.
Back. I hope you enjoy that Dream Big series. Those promos we show, those little videos, we interviewed student ambassadors, and those are high school students who are leaders at their respective schools. There's about 40 of them total, representing all 5 high schools in McAllen ISD, and they get together about once every 6 weeks. They meet with the superintendent, Dr. Gonzalez. Here, 3rd down and 2, as Chop is going to do quarterback sneak. He's not going to get anywhere, though. Stopped at the line of scrimmage and then forced back by Bagstad, Opazo, and a couple other Mustangs. Lotta in there as well. And it'll be 4th down.
Good job by those 3 kids, led by Bagstad, to read the play. Even I called it from up here saying, look for Chapa to do something, and why not? He's been doing very well all night long, but not on that play.
So it remains 4th and 2. Los Fresnos may decide to go for it here. His clock is at 6.5 minutes to go. Maybe having confidence in their defense. Now Chapa has turned around the play clock.
Number 38 on the offense. 5-yard
And now they will probably punt the ball. Pin the Mustangs as far back as you can.
Now that brings up 4th and 7. I was going to say the play clock, they had plenty of time on it, but then they had a player who moved early. You could see the running back.
And he knew it.
You know, one of the things a running back can do if they find themselves in that situation where they kind of throw themselves forward is if they turn and go in motion, they can maybe save the penalty. See that in the pros sometimes. Well, they bring on their punting unit. And now another whistle. Where they could, just as they snapped it, but it's a dead play.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 17 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
So 10 yards in penalties on this possession. 5 penalties overall in the game on the Falcons. And we see Coach Patrick Brown. Wachuku back to receive the punt. And Torres ready to punt for the 3rd time this evening. Falcons back at their own 45 now. Mustangs put a bit of a rush, and the punt is going to be high, a little bit short, and takes a big Mustang bounce and killed by the Falcons at about the 35-yard line. So Mustangs dodge a bit of a bullet after the punt that went awry, and they lost 17 yards on a 4th down. Falcons get no points off that possession, but they do burn about 2 minutes off the clock.
And that's all they were trying to do, work on the clock. I'm sure the Falcons know that there's a lot of scouts here from the San Benito Greyhounds.
Actually, a little more than that. It was at 3.5 minutes they took off the clock. So that was very damaging there as Scogan has the ball on the shotgun snap go through his hands. He has no choice but to fall on it, and it's going to be a loss of yards. Back to the 25, a loss of 10.
And those are the mistakes of a young quarterback, Mark. Scogan is fairly new. Like you said, this is the 3rd game where he's started. He's lucky he didn't lose the fumble there. But with more experience and more reps at practice, I'm sure these are some mistakes that he will correct.
Eloy Guerrero in on the tackle. A 2nd down and 20 as Scogan fakes the handoff, keeps it himself up the middle, picks up about 5, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Mustangs 5 for 10 on 3rd down tonight. So you see Spates was the lead block up the middle. Aaron Ramirez throwing a block in there as well. And handoff to Spates on 3rd and 16. Dodges a couple of tacklers and almost gets into the open field before he's brought down at the 39. A nice gain of 9, but it's going to be well short.
So 4th and 7. And Spates is just about one play or one move away from a big play. But that's where you have to give credit to the Falcon defense. They are hustling all over the place, doing a good job.
Brought down by Pena. Mustangs will go for it with 4.5 minutes to go and down 24-7. 4th and 7. Scogan back to throw, has time. Gonna throw long down the left side. Spates is uncovered, but it's incomplete. Little bit too long for him. Spates was open, but it goes incomplete, and it'll be a turnover on downs. With 4 minutes, 15 seconds left in the game.
And I would expect Coach Brown to just run the ball. Run the ball, get the clock out, and go home with a big road victory heading into district play. Who are the Mustangs playing, Mark, next?
I believe the Mustangs open up district play. They'll be playing La Jolla Juarez Lincoln. That'll be a road game, I believe. We'll take a look at their schedule. No, they're going to play La Jolla Palmview. And that'll be in La Jolla on September 29th.
Look for the Mustangs to make a lot of adjustments and bounce back in that game.
Here's Los Fresnos, hands off to Banuelos, starting running back, who runs it up to about the 34. Gain of 5 on the play. Falcons over 200 yards rushing in this game. And just looking to run the clock out here with 4 minutes and 15 seconds. And they've dominated the time of possession, especially in this second half.
And you talked about that, Mark, how big their offensive line is, and maybe they are wearing down the defensive line for the Mustangs.
Yeah, we mentioned 3 of the 5 starters in the offensive line weigh 290 pounds or more. And here's a handoff to Medina on 2nd down. Darts his way through a couple of tacklers and is close to a 1st down at the 28. That should be enough for move the chains.
Medina's such a spark plug, Mark. He likes to cut all over the place. His feet just keep going.
Hit by Wachuku. Wachuku's had a lot of tackles in this game.
He sure has. Look for a battle to see who will be the leading tackler this year between Wachuco and Backstad and Nathan Sanchez.
I'd like to point out the hustle of Chris Lotta, defensive tackle, who chased Medina all the way that 8 yards there to catch him from behind on that last play. Good hustle. Clock is under 3 minutes to go now. 1st down. Handoff Medina. And is hit after a gain of about 2.
Timeout. Memorial. Their second.
Duran was in there on the tackle along with Gutierrez as the Mustangs use their 2nd timeout with 2:49 to go in the game. So Los Fresnos came in here 1-1 on the season, and looks like they're about to improve to 2-1. And the Mustangs, after opening with 2 impressive road victories, could be 2-2.
You know, Mark, that the district over there, 32-6A, is a very strong district.
And 36A is where the Mustangs play, and they'll be opening up district play. And a week and 1 day, 8 days, they'll be at La Jolla Palmview. Then they'll be at home against the Mission Eagles, and that'll be homecoming on Friday, October 6th. Then they play the McAllen Bulldogs here, where they'll be the visiting team. Then the La Jolla Coyotes they have at home on October 20th. Then they're off a week. And then 2 games in November at La Jolla to play Juarez Lincoln. And then on November 10th, they're the home team against the Nicky Rowe Warriors. The all District 36A games. So we'll have all the Mustang home games for you here, as well as the Bulldogs and Warriors. Here's a pass over the middle, and it's broken up. Great play there by Ace Chavez, as Ilian Gonzalez looked like he was going to bring that in, and Gonzalez, who stands 6'2", was trying to out-jump Chavez, but Chavez got in there and swatted that football away.
Well, that's a surprise to me, Mark. I would think that the Falcons have this game, but maybe they're working on a play or doing something so the scouts could be thinking about it. But great defense. He was beat on that. And then he did a good job. We're talking about Ace Chavez. Did not give up. And swatted the ball away.
Yeah, a lot of pride on this Mustang team. They go with 3 down linemen. Vega goes in motion. They flip to him and gets around the corner left side, picks up the first down, and now jumps up in the air, is knocked out of bounds. You can get yourself hurt doing that.
I don't know
kind
why
of
kids
jump.
want to jump up in the air, Mark. I mean, you're just putting your body up in the air where somebody gets a free shot at you.
And Luistro was the one who knocked him out of bounds, but not till he got all the way to the 12-yard line and picked up a first
right
down.
Here, Mark. You'll remember that.
Falcons now 10 for 15 on 3rd down. 67%. That's very, very good. And 2:34 to go in the game. They've got a first down here at the 12. Hand off Medina. Medina hurdles one man. Flag goes down as he's hit at the 5 and brought down by Wachuku. Actually at about the 6-yard line. But we'll see what the flag is.
Anytime the umpire makes this call, it's bad news for the offense.
On the offense, number 55. It's a 10-yard penalty. We'll replay first down.
Gotta give credit to this crew here, led by Ford Sasser III. They've had a very smooth game. Kind of boring for me up here, Mark. I don't have the opportunity to take a look at some plays. But overall, all year, the officials are doing a great job.
So 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. It moves the Falcons out to about the 22. I don't think it bothers them much, as they're just looking for, gives them more real estate to try to run out the clock, really, as the clock continues to move now at under 2:20.
I mean, that offensive line from way up here, Mark. I don't know how far we are away, but number 75, number 77. I mean, you're right. They are big, tough kids.
And now the delay clock hits 0. And I think the Los Fresnos had called timeout.
Delay of game.
Nope.
On the offense. 5-yard penalty.
So that'll move them back to the 27-yard line. I thought they may have called timeout there, but they did not. They still have 1 remaining. And now they snap it to their quarterback, who takes a knee.
Timeout. Memorial. That's their 3rd and final timeout.
The Mustangs use their last timeout. So the Mustangs stop the clock at 1:55, and Los Fresnos realizes they'll have to continue to run the ball if they're going to run out that clock. Los Fresnos leading it by a score 24-7. They had touchdowns from their quarterback Chapa. Then Chapa had a touchdown pass to Ramirez, and then that was of 9 yards. And then Banuelos a 3-yard run for their 3rd touchdown, and then they added a 23-yard field goal. Here's some of the athletic achievements of the McAllen Memorial Mustangs. This was all last year, 2016-17 school year. You can see in football they were district champions and had several academic all-state players, 15. That's an all-time record for them. And even in sub-varsity, they were district champions in the junior varsity and the freshman team. So, and across the board, you see volleyball, cross country, basketball, boys, girls basketball, wrestling, boys and girls, powerlifting, the girls who had a state qualifier. So tremendous accomplishments across the.
Is that a different slide?
Yeah, that's a new slide.
Huh.
It fits on two sides here. The girls soccer team was by-district champions. Softball, they were co-champs in the district. And of course, all the other sports there doing very well. Track, swimming, diving also. So Mustang Athletics, it's a lot to be proud of. As Los Fresnos takes another knee, and now the Mustangs cannot stop it. Here's a lot of the coaches that won either District Coach of the Year or Regional Coach of the Year last year.
So lots of coaches there. Even Celso Gonzalez, who isn't he the announcer here for the...
Yep, 14 different
stadium?
sports there represented. And Celso Gonzalez, the golf coach, has also been the longtime public address announcer here at the McAllen ISD games for the Mustangs, Warriors, and Bulldogs. As Chapa again takes a knee, and it's fourth down and 34. And they'll have to run one more play, and that'll turn it over on downs to the Mustangs. And the Mustangs will just run one play before the game is over. So we see
Looks
Coach
like
Patrick
Coach
Brown there.
Brown is very happy.
And our next game will be tomorrow night, September 22nd. It'll be Victoria East Titans coming down to take on the McAllen Bulldogs. Kickoff will be 7:30 p.m. So come on down here to United Mixed Pharmacy Field and catch the game. Should be an exciting one. Victoria East, a young team. I was looking at their roster. And they have a pretty young team, a lot of sophomores and juniors in their lineup, and take it on those McAllen Bulldogs.
Is that the first time that Victoria East team travels all here down to
I think it
McAllen?
might be. I know the Bulldogs have played up in Victoria, but I don't recall Victoria team coming down here. As we see the clock stopped at 31 seconds left after Los Fresnos took another snap and a knee, and that turned it over on downs to the Mustangs. Mustangs just need to run one play, and this one will be in the books. There's a snap to Scoogin, being flushed out of the pocket as he runs to his left and then fires, and it's caught by Bazan. Bazan's first catch today, and that's a first down up to the 48-yard line. So Mustangs can't stop the clock, however, although it does stop as they move the chains. They've got the clock moving, though.
It's good practice. They might be in this kind of situation later on.
Won't really matter as they snap it again, and now they blow it dead. And I think the officials realized that the clock was continuing to move when it should have been stopped for the movement of the chains.
False start. Number 3 on the offense, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And how wrong I am. It's actually a false start. So we'll see if they start the clock here in a moment. Yeah, now they do. And Mustangs may or may not snap it. And they do. This will be the last play. Scoogin wants to throw, and he's going to get sacked. And that'll be the ball game. So our final score is Los Fresnos 24, McAllen Memorial 7. The lone touchdown by the Mustangs came from their quarterback. Second game in a row that the quarterback Scoogin has scored a long-distance touchdown, and the only touchdown of the game for the Mustangs. Scoogin runs it in from 64 yards out for a touchdown in the third quarter. But it's not enough as the Falcons beat the Mustangs 24-7 to improve to 2-1 on the year, and the Mustangs are 2-2 as they head to district play, where they'll open up against the La Jolla Palmview against the Huskies. And there we see some of the first half highlights. And there's a touchdown. We saw the quarterback Chapa scored an early touchdown, and that was their second touchdown. It occurred in the third quarter, and that was a catch by Ramirez. And then the Mustangs came back with this beauty right here as Scoogin goes for 64 yards. So we'll leave you on that note. And for Mario Reyna, I'm Mark May, and the rest of our MITV crew, and also our KMAC co-op students. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you tomorrow night. The Mackay Bulldogs against Victoria East, kickoff at 7:30 p.m. And good night for football night in McAllen.
This is Jake Berry with the Sideline Postgame Show. And we're waiting right now for Coach Littleton to step in, but with tonight's loss, the McAllen Memorial Mustangs fall to 2-2 on the season, and they'll face off with Palmview next week. With the win tonight, Los Fresnos moves to 2-1, and they'll face San Benito next round, and San Benito was in attendance tonight to scout this game, and district play is right around the corner, and as you see right here, some highlights by the Mustangs. The stop right there on this play, and then Campbell Spates with the cutback, a nice spin, and another spin, and he'll cut it back outside for a large gain tonight. And Los Fresnos played extremely well right here. You'll see some big hits taken, the fumble recovery and the return. But Los Fresnos played extremely tough tonight. The Memorial fought back. And we'll have Coach Littleton step in just a second. Campbell Spates right there with the reception, the long reception. Coach, 4 tough games in a row. 2 really tough teams from 32 6A entering district play next week. You know, looking at this game and then moving on to next week when you play Palmview, what do you guys need to do?
Well, we need to quit making mistakes. We made way too many mistakes, from the players to the coaches to everybody tonight. We got to clean up our game, and we got to get better at what we're doing, and we'll get it fixed. There's no doubt about it. We'll get it fixed. We start next week, and we'll look like a new football team next week. Bear with us, Mustang fans. We'll get them back, and we'll get going.
I'm sure you will, Coach. Good luck next week. Coach Bill Littleton. And they'll play next week against Palmview. And they'll be on the road, I believe, next week. So it's a good thing to start district play. Okay. All right, we'll call it a wrap right now from Thursday Night Football. You've listened to the Sideline Postgame Show, and we'll see you next week.